Welcome to the Pimp My Setup highlights for episode number 201. The first setup was submitted by Juan. It's kind of like old furniture, old everything, it seems like, because you know that 4x3 monitor? I mean, you're using what you have and that's like great and all, but it just makes this setup look like from 2007, like, you know, if I'm just being real and all that. The usability is fine. I mean, it doesn't look bad. It just, I feel like upgrades are definitely in the future for you. If you do get a big monitor, I don't think you'd be able to fit it with the speakers and all that, because that hutch is like extremely small and everything just seems crowded in the way. I would upgrade maybe with a desk first, because you have the room for an L desk. Combining, like, you know, getting rid of those two, maybe that right desk is fine, but maybe combining the desk to make it an L desk would be cool, and then you work from there. Juan scored a 68. The next setup was submitted by Eris. I like the stuff that's on the desk right in front of the monitor, but at the same time I feel like it's in the way in a weird way. It's not blocking the monitor, but I just feel like it would kind of distract me a little bit. It's kind of like I would, you know, in the future get like a laptop or a PC and all that, because you have the desk for it, and like you'd be able to get like a nice PC or a nice laptop and just like, you know, tuck it away on the left side of the desk. The desk, I mean, that shelving off to the right, the stuff on top, maybe it's a little like random. It's managed. I mean, there could be like ways to fix it. I mean, you have the legs along the, you know, the side, and you got the, you know, the diagonal like wiring going across too. Maybe if you want to make it look a little more neater, I don't know if it'd completely hide it, but if you could kind of fix the cables and maybe just hide behind the legs, I think that's the extension cord or like the brick or whatever, maybe putting that underneath the desk, because it's made of solid oak and steel, so I'm guessing that it's good enough to, you know, you can put it up there and it wouldn't like break the desk or, you know, hinder the desk in any way. So maybe putting all that stuff that's on the bottom in a little shelving unit or underneath the desk would be okay. Eris scored a 68. The next setup was submitted by Othniel. There's not a lot to the setup, and I feel like the usability, yeah, it's like you have the monitor off the right on a stand, but I don't know how the usability is. Like, do you think that's usable to have the laptop there and then like look off to the left for your secondary monitor? I don't know if you use that as a secondary monitor. What do you think?
I feel like depending on how he uses those monitors, the one off to his left should really just be in the middle, and the laptop should be off to the left or right.
Have that laptop off on standby and use like an external keyboard and all that. And I think it would look way neater, because I feel like having that monitor off to the left looks a little weird. That's a cool spot to put it in. I don't know the space. I think it has enough space to breathe and all that. The walls and like everything around, it just seems, just does not look pretty.
Yeah, what is that wallpaper?
I don't know. It's just not a great looking wallpaper. And you don't really have any theme. Like we don't really know anything about you. Othniel scored a 60. The next setup was submitted by Irvin. I wish that you had a normal desk, because like, yeah, you have like a wardrobe kind of desk, and yeah, there's a spot to put your iMac and to put your legs in there and all that. But I feel like having a bit different desk would definitely help. But you know, you're using what you have and all that. And I think it's a cool idea to have a separate desk. Like it probably didn't fit, the steering wheel didn't fit on the desk itself because like the clamp or whatever, but I think it's a cool, like, you know, ingenuity that you came up with. TV, I'm guessing you're using the car simulator on, like, you know, the steering wheel and all that. It's old, maybe an upgrade for that, because that'd be cool if you got it like wall mounted on that empty wall, basically. I think that would look sick. And really, there's no theme. Like, once again, it's another setup. Yeah, you got red LEDs, but there's no theme to this setup. Maybe, you know, have that blank wall. Why don't you put some of your favorite cars, some of your favorite, I don't know, like
get some like shelves mounted and get some model cars.
Yeah, like posters, you know, try to think of something to be creative. Irvin scored a 72. The next setup was submitted by Anthony. You know, the wires coming out of the laptop, there's really nothing you can do about it. So cable management is okay in this, you know, sense. You got the power brick below, like which could be easily just thrown onto that wood slab anyway. That's a simple, easy fix. It's a tight space. I mean, like, it seems like if you had a chair there, wouldn't like the cabinet or the drawer behind like get in your way a little bit? What do you think?
Yeah, I think like I don't really see how he could sit at that desk and not be uncomfortable from that.
No, yeah, it's definitely a cramped space. If you want quality, I would go, you know, save up an L desk, maybe moving the shelf off. I don't know what your room layout is, but the speakers that are placed above the one monitor, it's like there's two underneath the one monitor, but I feel like you should space out that right one. If you could move the right off to the right of the monitor, if it has to be standing up, then have it standing up. But getting a headphone stand, putting that somewhere else would definitely help. The poster behind, it's kind of being blocked, right?
Yeah. I don't really see the reason for having a poster if it's just going to be blocked.
Yeah, because he's got stuff on the shelf like showing off themes, so theme got an okay score, but I feel like centering that poster above, Anthony scored a 76. The next setup was submitted by Rodney, and we can see that he's got this shelf like that's completely empty, this like shelving unit that's completely empty, and then he's got Clorox on it.
I guess he's just cleaning the setup for the photo.
That's good. Yeah, it seems like he took the initiative. He's like, I'm going to clean my setup off with some Clorox wipes. That's great.
The colors of the Battlefield 1 background with the LEDs that he has on his desk.
Yeah, that's a nice touch. Ooh, I could see the only bad thing of getting a shot like this, it's like, yeah, I can see, yeah, they're on that little lip thing, but I feel like you can manage them better. Like you can have them laying across better. It seems just like spiderweb-ish. The laptop off to the right, I feel is not like, if you're using your main like 2 displays, I feel like that's just like not really
just like
usable.
What's the point of it?
Yeah, you gotta reach your arm out to like, I'm gonna use that laptop.
Look at my Twitch chat on this one.
Yeah. I feel like the monitors not being together, like if you look like they're angled like down, but then they're not like even touching. Like it just seems like I don't know what like which display you're using for, you know, which. Getting more for the wall. Once again, it's a blank wall. Like what are you into besides, you know, games? Like are you into like sports? Are you into anything like that?
Maybe get some like just some figures or something from Battlefield 1, put it like fill up that right shelf because
that right shelf is completely empty.
It has 2 games on it and then a headphone stand on it.
Yeah, you definitely need to utilize that shelf. You need to utilize the stuff that are around you because it's meant for storage basically, and you're not using either storage. Rodney scored a 70. The next setup was submitted by Dylan. This guy had a better setup before he sent this updated photo. There was one point where his cable management was on point. It was like perfect. There was like no issue whatsoever. It didn't look like a messy setup, but then he sends this updated photo like maybe a month or 2 ago. His cable management was good before. I don't know why he just like, I can't do cable management for this photo. It's too much work. He has a cool he has NES, he has like the old PlayStation 2. I think that's a PlayStation 1 next to the NES. Like he's got cool old console setups, but dude, like
that still works.
The desk is not working. I'm not gonna say anything about the cable management. I think everybody knows what's wrong with the cable management. I think getting a new desk and then just like cleaning up, you need room for your desk. Like look at your usability. Dylan scored a 38. Ugh. The next setup was submitted by Jacob. Why do you have 2 plants on the left side?
I mean, it's for the elephant, you know?
It's like, why don't you, like if you have those 2 stupid plants that are just completely useless to a setup, why don't you put one to the left, one to the right? What are you into? Like
if you're into like,
yeah, guitars and like some music and all that. I think minimalism can come with some theme. Like maybe on the wall. It's clean. Yeah, I love the countertop. I think the countertop's nice. The extended mouse pad's nice. Jacob scored a 78. The final setup of the day was submitted by Everett. It's not a corner desk. That's what it comes down to. If you like zoom in towards like the keyboard and all that, you can kind of see the corner. It's not circular, so you're kind of like squeezing your freaking your hips, and you're like, it seems very uncomfortable. It's not the greatest.
How can he go under his desk when his computer's right there? I feel like he'd be kicking it a lot.
And it seems like you have enough room to be straight on, because like doesn't that seem like enough room to have 2 monitors?
It definitely does.
And then you could put the Xbox over to the left corner. I mean the left side. The TV above, I'm pretty sure his bed is behind him, so that's what it's for. I just think that it's the desk. Do you think it's the desk that's kind of like...
the desk is just killing it.
So I think the wall's okay, because like you go to the before photo where it shows off like his bed and all that. Like it's a really cool looking color, and he's got LEDs, and it just seems like a nice room. Because if he had a nice black desk, wouldn't that look just so sick?
It would look like super cool.
I think I like the paintings though. I really do. I think if you can create your own art, I think that's more unique than anything. Everett scored an 80 and walked away with first place. Thank you for watching the Pimp My Setup highlights for episode number 201.